technology sharing group. I am so excited that you're going to be facilitating this because I want to talk about its origins and what it is. And hopefully other people hearing this will be inspired to join you if they're in your area, or build their own if they're outside your area.
Well, I've heard you mention this several times in the different classes that I've attended with you. And it's such a neat idea because I think we all have our own strengths and weaknesses. You know, it's nice to come together in a community and discuss whether it's discoveries or struggles and try to figure out a solution.
Absolutely. And this occurred, Denise, years ago when I was actively involved in referral groups, and I love them. And one thing I noticed that was occurring probably almost 18 years ago, I called one of the people I did at the City Club Raleigh, that they were going around giving their little speech, giving a little commercial, and people were kind of bored or not listening and barely paying attention. And then I thought, wait a second, technology is changing so fast. We all can't afford to hire an expensive consultant to keep up with it. Why don't we meet together and draw on the expertise in the group? And then I started this downtown Raleigh, City Club Raleigh. In fact, not only was it highly successful, it brought in so many people to the club. I received their highest award for bringing people as members inadvertently with this. This was something that I really enjoyed, because instead of doing this where everybody's going to an outsider as an expert, let's find the experts among us. And then I duplicated it with another person. I'll put the video below, in Western North Carolina. And she goes, I love this idea. Let's get it. I want to get it going for our area. And I said, that would be terrific. I'll help mentor you, get it going. And it's funny, when she started it, she talked to the chamber and said, would you like to be part of this? And they, oh no, we don't do it. We don't want non-members in it. And then once they started to see how people are drawn to it and how it's building, it said, they went back to her and said, you can use our room, come to us. We want to do whatever it takes to help. And so I thought I'd go over a little bit of the anatomy, but what I say is develop your own process. And the anatomy is you want to start with a core group of people committed to helping each other. That's what matters. Consistency over time. And then from there, you open it with someone stating, is there anything critical that's going on that you need help or other resources? You really want to cut out the introductions. You actually want to cut those out. You want to make that done outside the group. So, because what happens is we all love to talk about our business, and they'll eat up all your time. From there, you then go into the topic. So it might be a topic on how to get on Google Maps and use it and resources. It might be some person who comes in. I don't mind them coming in as an expert as long as it's clearly not commercial or promotional. If it's promotional, you say you will destroy your credibility if you come in and do that. I'm going to bring in someone else, it's got to be education on how to help each other. And then you set aside time at the end. Let's go around what are insights and actions you'll take on it. So people have a chance of committing to doing something in a group, which will cause them to think about implementing it in their lives. And what I found is then people would come back and you go, okay, quick, one sentence. Now we use the technique, one run-on sentence. What's going on? What's the help? One run-on sentence, how you're using it, what's something you want to learn about. And the last component is, if you build out the group now, I recommend having a Google Sheets or a list where everyone knows who's next. You put all the months, if it's once a month down, you put them down, who's going to be the next one and who's committing. So Denise, you've many times, I said, why don't you in the next month learn how to use Pixabay to maximize pictures? I just made something up, and then in 1 to 2 months, you give a presentation. Well, that puts you on notice to be focused to do something. And here's the amazing thing. people got more referrals from this than they did from the referral group. Because if I help you as a business and you see me learn something and I educate you, we'll build more rapport than if I give you a little elevator spiel or pitch or something like that. That vulnerability, that humanity of doing it is really powerful. And you got to come to the one I have currently that's now another 10 years. The club changed ownership and they moved us out. And then that manager got fired and he called back and goes, I looked at the numbers. What was he doing getting rid of you? I said, well, we've moved on. So I wanted to go over a little bit of the anatomy and what I've learned.
Sounds great. I do participate in one of yours currently, and I don't always get to attend, but when I do, I usually have a takeaway, and that's important, something that I've learned or something to look into further.
Yeah, and that's it. And so I have one core one by invitation only. I set up where you came as a guest one time. Then I have one for the graduates of the social media management class. And it's such a powerful tool of building rapport and trust with people, because if you're vulnerable teaching and you're vulnerable learning and you're in that environment helping each other, it's a different state than just kind of spewing out a commercial.
Well, it's a great opportunity because, you're drawing again off the strength of maybe someone else. Maybe they've already experienced or learned something that you're struggling with. And they can say, hey, have you ever considered this? Or look at this possibility. They can begin to, direct you into a good direction so that you will be able to accomplish what you're looking to get completed.
Yes, and now I want to do a call out to the community college that's agreed to co-host it with you and develop it and put it on their list. And I'll make sure to put a link below so they can find out about this, because I so appreciate you coming, checking it out, and you're even offering a version of this to the roller skating rinks.
Yes, I do. In our association, we've been doing that for about 3 months now. Martin, I am indebted to you as well as the North Carolina Small Business Centers, because I have truly gotten an education in digital marketing, and I have the confidence now to step out there and put my foot forward and make my business known. And I just love it when people come up and say, oh, I saw that on the internet. It makes me look really good. And so the different seminars, webinars, classes that the community colleges offer can truly teach you a lot of information and can just help you step to the next level that you need. As a matter of fact, I'm almost thinking we need some advanced things now, because, we are ready to move on to the next step. But again, I think this is an opportunity for especially small business owners to come together in our communities and begin to draw upon the strengths of one another. And we all go through struggles. We need a little assistance here and there. And this is both Edgecombe Community College and Wilson Community College, both of their small business center directors, Laura Brown and then Melissa Evans. They are great directors. They are always looking to be sure to bring in things that will assist us. And I presented this idea, told them, that I had participated with you, and they were both willing to let's take it. So the first one's coming up Monday evening, January the 9th. It's going to be strictly 1 hour from 6 to 7 p.m. And we plan to make this a monthly meeting, the second Monday of the month, beginning at 6. 1 month, Edgecombe will host it. The next month, Wilson will host it. So it'll go back and forth, but we are planning to do this for about a year and see how it goes.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you for taking this on and keeping it going. And what I tell people is, if you're within range, join it. And then what I'd love to see is more and more all over the United States, supporting small towns, communities, and businesses, so they really embrace the wisdom right in their own backyard.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Denise. And we'll put links below.
You're welcome. Have a great evening.
Thanks.